What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and we need some characters in this game. There are 676 characters. You can see it right here. This is my candy store account. Oh, you know what? I just realized here. Hold on. Got to put this on here. Boom! This is a test account. This is my candy store account. It's for official CCs. We get to test things out, play around, have fun with them, and all that. But I was noticing some things. 676 characters, and of those characters, there are just a few that in real life might just be on people's Mount Rushmores. Or they're just some great all-time characters that don't have a good version in the game. You know a couple of them that I'm going to say because you've seen some other videos that say it. But I wasn't sure I could talk about one of them. And then I was going through the hype loot the other day. Yesterday, in fact. I was going through this. I was scrolling down to make a point for a video, and way down here, somewhere out there beneath the pale moon sky. Anyway, I'll get there eventually. Oh, is that? No, that's Kane. Actually, yes. So this isn't who I was going to talk about first, but yeah, Kane. Setting aside whatever you think about him in the modern era, Kane is one of the most important characters in WWE history, and he definitely doesn't have a workable character. This guy in tours is surprisingly good because he has like 2 moments that make him like buff by 1,500% or something like that. So if you ever need to beat a tour with Kane, this guy's better than you think he is. But I was actually looking for another guy in a suit that's down here. I don't know if I'll find him quickly. They seem to be somewhat alphabetical as you go. Pete R. Randy Ric Flair right here. So I didn't know if I could talk about him, but he's in the this loot, the hype loot, where Ryback, Stardust, all zombies, as I addressed in another video, they're not in here. So that does tell me that we can still use him to some degree. But yeah, this is not my favorite historical character. I was never a Ric Flair guy. I was always a Hulk Hogan guy. But let's give credit where credit is due. He belongs on and is on a lot of people's Mount Rushmores. And yet, C tier across the board. This one's the closest you're going to get. And they did do something with him a couple months ago in the game too, where I had to take this Slick Rick to 6-star silver. So I don't feel so bad about talking about him because I don't think he's on our... I don't know if he's on our Do Not Talk About list. If the video gets pulled, you know why. But for one of the top 10, let's say, in history of wrestling, when there's thousands upon thousands of people who have been big in this industry, to be in the top 10 is the elite of the elite. And I don't mean that from the other company that, we don't talk about. I mean like the word elite for what it is. And yet there's not a good Ric Flair in the game. Now, he did get in trouble back when the documentary came out about the plane ride from hell and Tommy Dreamer's comments. Actually, Tommy Dreamer got canceled instead of Ric Flair because Ric Flair's like invincible or something. I don't know. But then he did kind of get in trouble. So the game actually pulled him. If you remember, there's this thing up here that most people don't even pay much attention to anymore, the VIP lounge. There used to be, and somewhere in here there's still a way to get it, where you would have like somebody welcoming you into it. And it used to be Ric Flair. Now it's Ted DiBiase, which is fine. I think that's cool. But either way, he got kicked out of the game, or at least out of the good graces of the game. But he's still in there for that, right? So there's some things there that I think, like, why wouldn't we have an S plus tier Ric Flair in the game? Like, we need one. We finally got some good Austins in the game. There weren't any good Austins for a while. It was like, what in the world? Now we got this one. We got the purple one. We're good. But yeah, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin, The Rock, Roman Reigns, John Cena, like those are the names. The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, those are the names that everyone talks about. Sting, forever being in that top 10, like almost unshakably in that top 10, and yet we don't have a good version of him in the game. So yeah. Also, I know I've talked about it before, but I'm going to keep saying it till it happens. Why don't we have a good AJ Styles in the game? There is a buff AJ Styles that's out there right now, just waiting for a powerhouse S plus tier AJ Styles card. Come on, Scopely. Come on. Give me what I want. Give me an S plus tier AJ Styles that's actually worthwhile. I also recently made a video of, oh my goodness, I didn't even realize that there's not a good Booker T in this game. Like, all of them are terrible for the most part. And then there's the Hall of Fame one that you can't ever get. So Booker T deserves at least an S tier, right? At least an S tier. And then we just kind of stumbled upon it anyway. But Kane, look at these options here. Icon Kane, not a fighter. Big Dead Machine, not a fighter. Devil's Favorite Demon, not a fighter. Director of Operations, please. Kane, Big Red Machine right here. If you have all of these moments, his blast gems do like 14,000%. It's something like that crazy. So but like they're all specifically on tour. Like blast gems 400% more. Blast gems 800% more, but they're only on tour, right? This one, red gems do 50% more, gems do 50%, so there's another 100%, that's a newer one. And then there's this one with yellow, yeah, there's really not anything that helps him on this one, actually. Weird. Yeah, back to tour. So, like 1,200% more damage. So, if you go on tour, you could actually make this one hit surprisingly hard, even though he's still older. You know, his move charges are problematically large, but he does have the countdown move that's 1 MP charge, and you can actually use the Solo Sokoa to make that go even more, and you can keep, I'm just saying, like, he's got some workability. Just 99% is on tour. Another one real quick that I want to address, that yes, there is this version right here that's S tier and good, and I love this, but what I'd really love to see, I'd love to see an S plus tier version of the Fiend. I know we've got this version, but he's B tier. They did a few things to him, as like a hooray for Bray. You know, they gave him the Funhouse gear, but he's not good. He's not good. And the character model, while it's good, it's fine for what it is. The artwork level and the design of the characters has just gotten so much better in the recent years of Scopely making this. I would love to see an S plus tier Fiend. Now, I would be nervous that means they're like, well, we already have this Fiend. Why would we make another one? Please don't make the barbecued Fiend. That one was weird, and that's not the way I want to remember Bray. But I'm sure, like, there's 17 versions of Triple H in the game with minor nuance on characters. There's several versions of Randy Orton where he literally has never changed characters aside from, I'm a good guy, I'm a bad guy, I have shorter hair. Like, you can fit in another version of the Fiend. That's all I'm saying. I would love to see an S plus tier version of him in this game. And then women, I thought about talking about Lita a little bit. Lita has an S tier, which is fine. It does fine, but it's definitely not. She hasn't scaled well. But the one that really hasn't scaled is Chyna. Chyna Hall of Fame had a moment in the sun where she was amazingly good. This Chyna was great when she came out, but they dropped off fast. Just fast. I would love to see the actual ninth wonder of the world, get a good S plus tier version in the game. We've got a great Becky. We've got a great couple of Rheas in the game. We've got a great Charlotte, but not so much Chyna. But But the female I really, really want to talk about here is this one's sister. Where's there she is. Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella is back in the game, right? She's now modern era. It would be great timing to actually put a good Nikki in the game. I thought they were going to do that with Trish, and they gave us Canadian Icon Trish, which is fine. But this one, right, like the statue of her is the best version of her in the game, and it barely works fighting with the statue in Feud. She does have some tricks on her Powerhouse poster, wherever that went. It's down here somewhere. Oh no, she doesn't. Oh, that's her sister. Oh yeah, she's Fearless Brie. She's this one. Now the trick would be she looks exactly the same. Like, this is what she wears currently in WWE. So like, what would you change? But there's a chance to make an S or S plus tier Nikki Bella for the game. She literally just wrestled this weekend as of me saying this on there. Others, I don't know. I mean, I'm not talking about ones who aren't in the game, but, you know, Natty's been around for a while to have a C tier. And then, of course, if you're going to make a female S plus tier, what about that one? Yep, it's still there. For those who saw that video, he's right there. But yeah, Lita, definitely, I think, I don't know. She's got an S tier, but I would love to see something better. So those are just some of my picks for some of the biggest legends across the decades that I think absolutely deserve a better one. Did I miss someone? Obviously, there's 676 characters in this game. So I'm not talking about new people. I'm just talking about ones that are like represented in the game that need to have a better version of that character of themselves in there. I would say him, but I know why he can't be in there. That's otherwise that would be above Ric Flair by far for me. So let me know what you think in the comments section. Which legends or just legends of the business should have a better version of themselves in the game? I would have said him until he got the Hall of Fame poster. Let me know in the comments section, and then let me know some people you think are just missing from the game, like the Legion of Doom. They should be S tiers at least. Demolition, they could be B tiers. Who knows? Who cares? I liked them though. Let me know who you want to see in this this little fantasy booking of our own heads journey. Definitely him. If he comes back, ending the video here. If he comes back to WWE, S plus tier immediately, please. That's it for this one. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like the video, subscribe to Champions Chat, and send this to your friend or faction mate who also needs to chime in on this. And then join us on Discord, where we're there all the time having conversations. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.